Are you ready to be the boss of your own life? It sounds good in theory. We hear about it a lot online nowadays, with all these online opportunities, right? But are you really ready with what comes with that? And what do I mean? Well, it takes a great deal of responsibility. For example, when you're working on a job, well, you have a manager, you have the owner, you have team leaders, crew leaders, and all these type of things. You know exactly what time you got to clock in, and you know exactly what time you got to clock out. You know exactly what time you're going to break, and so forth and so on. Everything's sort of laid out for you. But becoming your own boss, being an entrepreneur, well, there's no exact times. You just keep doing the job till it's done, right? And you're not exactly all the way positive if you're going to make money that day. Well, an employee, he hired and signed a contract knowing that he'll get paid so much per hour or so much per month. He or she knows that. But being your own boss, nothing is guaranteed. You have to put in enormous amounts of work. And the work may not be physical, such as digging a ditch, but the work has to do mostly with marketing, maintaining a business presence that will be uh, very prevalent and noticeable in that particular industry that your business, your entrepreneurship venture is a part of, right? So, see, you have to make sure that's continuous. And of course, you have to make sure you're doing a great job. You got to make sure your client or your customer or whoever you may provide the service or the work to is receiving exactly what you advertise or what you claim, right? Well, that goes without saying. We would hope that service is at the top of your list, that you're providing the service that you claim. So, with that being aside, what is your number one job when you're being your own job? I'm going to go ahead and skip to it. It's the marketing of your business. It's the marketing of your entrepreneur venture. You want to challenge me on that, don't you? Well, what good is the venture if no one ever comes to pay you for your service or your product, huh? What good is it? So you got to always be marketing. Always be marketing. ABM. I remember I heard that acronym a very long time ago when I first started learning about entrepreneurship so long ago. Always be marketing. And what is marketing? Well, it was once said, I can't remember exactly if it was Perry Belcher or it was one of the great copywriters who said, the job of marketing is to make selling superfluous. In other words, to make selling just the natural next step. So, in other words, I got to put out the information about my business or my entrepreneurship venture in so good of a way that your natural thought is, oh, well, let me take the next step and pull out my debit card, credit card, or what have you, and pay for that service or buy that particular product. That's the job of marketing. Selling should not even be a question in the prospect's mind. That should only be the next logical step. Do you see what I'm saying? So, yeah, marketing is going to involve advertising. That's a big part of it. You got to advertise. And I know a lot of people come online and they're looking for all the free ways to advertise, but I'm here to tell you is it's always going to be better to spend a little money. Got to spend some money to put it out there. What? Local businesses spend money on radio spots or spend money on even sometimes television commercials, spend money on a sign that they put up somewhere, or spend money on business cards that they pass out. spend money on all kind of things, but people come online, and for some reason, they don't feel like they should have to spend money. I don't know what it is about people coming online to do business and thinking they don't have to spend money. Yes, you do. You still have to make monetary investments in putting yourself out there. There's many different ways. And this video is not all the different ways of online advertising. If you want to know about that, I mean, you can go to easymoneyschool.com, and I have a whole page area dedicated to different online advertising methods. It's in the menu. You can see it at the tab at the top. It's the internet marketing, the I am training menu. You can see that, and there's no cost for that. You don't even have to put in your email for that. You can just go there and learn, right, and use different services. Now, some of the services cost, of course, because again, you have to spend money to have some effect, to get out there to the people who are interested in your specific type of endeavor. It's just how it is. A lot of people want to bypass that. Now, you go these so-called free methods. First thing you're going to hear is someone tell you, well, just go to social media, okay? And do what? Make a bunch of posts, piss all the followers you already have off. See, there's going to be an art and a form in a certain way to everything. And let's just be real. Most people ain't got a social media audience like that. How many of you are really big time influencers? I'm willing to bet there's close to none. Or you wouldn't even be watching this video, right? You're doing your influencing, right? If you really got it like that. But most people don't have it like that. Don't have millions of followers they can just send a message to, and boom, now they get thousands of sales like that. So you're going to have to spend some money. It's just how it is. Okay? It's just how it is. So get over it. You're going to have to do some advertising. You're going to have to put yourself out there in such a way that attracts the type of people who would be interested in your type of offer or service. And that's with any type of thing that you're trying to accomplish. Now, I came across an interesting community where currently there's 22 different online generation methods, online income building methods. And wouldn't you know, they challenge this to a certain degree because there are some income generation methods that don't involve you having to advertise in that way, that don't involve you having to put yourself out there like that. Now, most of them do require you to advertise and market in some shape, form, or fashion. But there are some methods that don't. And it was interesting to find this out. Now, some people may say, oh, that's just a side hustle. Well, even if it is, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you learning about it? Okay? If it's just that, why aren't you doing it? Interesting thoughts. Very interesting. So many people are quick to talk down on something that they themselves know nothing about, that they themselves have never have never actually dove into, but they're quick to talk down on it without understanding a thing. Without understanding a thing. So I invite you, go to a site that I put together called moderndayincome.com. You're going to see a video where I review this community inside and out. I show you what's going on here. And then you're going to see some buttons. One button in particular says, Get the Boss. Becoming your own boss, where you get access to this community. It's a private school access to this community for a one-time tuition fee, because it's sort of like an occupational trade school that's just put online. You know, the trade schools that you go to and they get you certified in a particular skill, and you immediately go get a job in that particular trade without having to do the whole English history and all that stuff, right? You get certified in a certain job, all you're learning about is that job. Well, this online private community is like that, and there is a tuition fee. Now, I call it a tuition fee, but it's to access the 22 and growing different classrooms, different online income generation lessons that you need to learn. And they are very thorough and in depth. And I haven't found another place like this. And as soon as you learn them, you just immediately begin doing what you're learning. And lo and behold, many of our students are earning an income. And it's just amazing. Once again, that address is moderndayincome.com. Got a good review video, and you're just going to want to hit the button that says Get Boss. Just do that. You'll see some other options on that page too, and I definitely implore you to check them out. I'm just giving you the fastest method to get to being your own boss. Okay? Now, I'm really glad that you took the time to watch this video, and I'm not going to hold you up too much longer. And I just want you to know that this same community, they do have an opportunity where they allow others like myself, like you, to refer other people to the community, and you get a healthy commission if you do. They'll pay you a commission for every referral that comes in. But that's not how they make the meat of the money. The students come in and learn the different income generation methods. And once you're inside, you'll see some of the testimonies, or if you look at that review videos and the sneak peeks that I have there on that moderndayincome.com page, you'll see from the testimonials that most people are making money from the income generation methods that they are learning, some of which don't involve any type of selling at all, which is very, very unique, because most online business opportunities, you got to be a supreme master marketer to make anything with it. That's why the only guys you see that are posting the big time money screenshots are these big time gurus who already had major lists, or these major influencers who have millions of followers or millions of subscribers on their email list and things of that nature. I'm not going to necessarily say those screenshots are fake. It's just that the average person just ain't got it like that, don't have an audience like that. So what does that leave them as far as making some of this online income, huh? I'll tell you what it leads them. It leads them to learn one of these 22 methods that I'm telling you about. But you gotta come to moderndayincome.com. I'm telling you, and hit that Get the Boss button. Make the investment in yourself, in you. That's what you're making an investment. I'm making an investment in me. I made the investment in me. You're making an investment in you. Trust and believe. And I got some special bonuses. Now, there is one method that I know about that is not included in this community of generating an income online, and it has to do with making your own software without knowing how to code. I'm going to give you access to the training, over the shoulder training for that, where you'll be able to make your own software and web apps, and be able to charge people and businesses for that matter a monthly recurring fee based on the service that the software you make does and accomplishes for that person or that business. That's right. I'm giving you unique access to that, but you can only get that to me from me if you go ahead and make that investment in that private school. Hit that Get the Boss button at moderndayincome.com. Make that investment. I'll send you the private access to the no-code software training. And plus, I'll also throw in a big content niche empire in the law of attraction manifestation niche. Everybody's trying to learn the ways of manifestation. It's no longer a woo-woo subject. Now this is people are treating this very seriously. They want to know how to manifest things in their life, not just money, but whatever in their life that they're desiring, that they're trying to get for themselves and their families. And I have a full training empire on that. That if you should choose, you could also sell as well. And it's very in depth and thorough. And I'm talking deep, step by step stuff of how to manifest the things in your life. I'm including those two as a bonus for anyone who hits that get the boss button and becomes a part of the private school community to learn those 22 online income generation methods. Okay? All right. This is William C. Rogers. Thank you for the time. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe so that YouTube can put this out to more people so they too can become their own boss. That's right. Peace and light. Everything's going to be all right.